What's up, everybody? I'm gonna give you a bonus episode of Venting with Vonda. Tonight, I wanted to have just a little conversation. A lot of people always ask me, how is it being a woman in her 40s and I have an adult daughter. This is my baby, this is my
Hello.
oldest. I actually have two. This is my oldest, Miss Nisha. Nisha is 26 years old,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
so we're gonna answer, just some questions that we've been asked privately by people whenever they
Hmm.
question us about the dynamic of our relationship. But I want to also give you guys the lipstick of today. My lipstick is, of
Hmm.
course, MAC. I am wearing Sheen Supreme. And I also line my lip with the Hip and Happy. Hip and Happy. So that's my lipstick of today. And
So I actually have on a lipstick and a liner. The
you don't look
lipstick,
like you got no
it's
lipstick
a nude. It's Cherish. It's by MAC. The name of the liner I forgot, but I'll put it in the comments. I
on.
left my lipstick and liner upstairs, but it's a combo. It's a combo type of day.
Okay. But she's a little bit more, which is crazy. A couple of years ago, I really didn't even wear color. I was always with the gloss, maybe use a pencil to fill in. But now I have went MAC crazy, which actually not even just MAC, Fenty, any brand of lipstick that I see and I think that's cute. I'm gonna try it. But anyway, I want to go ahead and get started. So for those of you that are new to my channel, please like and subscribe to my channel. Again, I just want to make sure that, we can get as many people here to join in on this conversation with us. So, one of the first things that I wanted to answer or questions that I got is that people ask me, how is it having an adult daughter? And I would say that, our relationship is still the same. The
Hmm.
only difference is that I respect her as an adult. It took me a while. It took me a while because from her being, in high school or whatever, I've always been that parent that I believe in, taking your children through things that's age appropriate. Am I right?
Yeah, that's true. It would be certain things I would ask for. I remember piercings. I wanted my belly button pierced at what age? I think like in high school at 16 or something like that. I think I asked for like a tattoo too, and she was like, "No, you gotta do that stuff when you turn 18." And I
Mm-hmm.
think my senior year, I did. I ended up, you see me now. I got my nose pierced. I got my belly button pierced. We got matching tattoos at 18 because it was kind of like you get a tattoo, I'm get one too, which is that's
Yeah.
totally fine. It's a memorable moment I had with my mother. But yeah, and now that I'm older at 26 and looking at the younger generation, I understand what it means to age appropriate things. So it makes sense
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely. I didn't want to rush her. The only reason why that she got a belly button pierce, God rest her soul. My favorite auntie, who, was in the process of transitioning, at that time, she was like, you know what, Nisha's a good girl. She goes to school. She make good grades. She was like, I think you should let her, go ahead and get a tattoo. And it was because she told me to that, I went ahead and let her, not a tattoo, it was your belly button, let her get her belly button
Mm-hmm.
pierced. And then, of course, once she decided, she turned 18, she was in college,
Mm-hmm.
she wanted to get her first tattoo. And she actually got her first tattoo matching my L that's on my leg. She got a C, and then we got a matching tattoo together, which is a symbol of a mother daughter symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So we have them actually just how we're sitting,
Hip to
hip
hip.
to hip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like that our relationship is, we have a great relationship now. We fight. Don't get me wrong, because again, at the end of the day, I'm still mama,
Yes.
but, I would say that I don't have an issue with her, being disrespectful. I have friends that have, adult children that, have confessed that, that they have had issues with their adult children being disrespectful or, not respecting, whatever it is that the parent is saying. I would honestly say I don't have that issue. Nisha's still at home. She helps out with her sister. I would say having a 3-year-old versus having Nisha. I had Nisha at 20. I was 20 years old. I think I told one of her friends today, at 20, I spit Nisha out. And I damn near died, having her sister at 43. So, it is totally different. I was a new mom. We grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm 26. I remember her. Yeah, I remember her. Them late 20s. Them 30s was popping. So even though I'm dreading turning 30, but then 30 also makes me feel like it's not the end. You still got some time.
No, I told her to. I remember crying at my I had a huge. My aunt threw me a 30th birthday party at her house. Had a huge party, and I remember crying. Oh God, I'm turning 30. But 30 was not, that bad once you get in there, because it seemed like your 30s fly by. Before you know it, you knocking on 40, and 40 is scary, but I'm closer to 50 than 40. So I would say that I told her, baby, chunk it up. 30 is just fine. So another thing that a lot of people ask us about is boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
How do we deal with having boundaries? Because again, I'm still mama, but at the end of the day, you're 26, you're an adult. We have a totally different life. For years it was well, actually, I was married when Nisha was younger. I got a divorce. But I have since remarried, the love of my life, Mr. Ballard. And, I also have another child. So it's always been us. Like, it was us, and now people ask, like, how do you deal with that? Like, you're in the house now with not just me. You're in the house with a stepdad. You got a younger sister. You're dating. You living your best life. How do you think I handle boundaries with you? Do you think that I kind of overstep my bounds, or do you think I know I can be intrusive?
I guess just like any other parent, when you ask a lot of questions, and some questions I don't be trying to answer, but we have that type of relationship where I'm just like, okay, especially if I'm seeking advice from something where I need to know the real deal, young lady, grown woman style, I'm gonna ask my mother, because yes, me and my friends, we discuss, and we trying to figure it out ourselves. So sometimes you gotta get that, maybe already have been through the situation, know what to do. So
I've always told you, baby, I'm gonna give you the real deal, Holyfield. I don't cut no corners. I let her know.
So yeah, other than that, no, just like any other parent, she's gonna be concerned, but like, no, I do my thing, and if it's important or if it needs to be announced and exposed to the family, it will be exposed. And other than that, it's
you act like daddy. No. Anyway, one of the things that I will say that I try to do, like, I don't have an iPhone. I'm still team Android, and shut up. And Nisha and my husband are, iPhone users. So if she goes out, which is the same thing. I know, me and one of my besties, we were all quick. If we go out together, we'll text each other, say, hey, I'm home. We'll shoot that license plate number or that address of where we are. And so she'll drop her location, to her stepdad, to let him know, hey, this is where I am or whatever. And so we know where she is. She'll even let me know, hey, this is where I'm gonna be, this is who I'm going out with or whatever. So I don't feel like that I'm in her business or that I'm trying to overstep my bounds by being in her personal business. I do sometimes wonder, my baby is me, but I am kind of wanting her to settle down and maybe get married and have me some grandbabies one day. I said married first. I'm not rushing it now. But I feel bad because all my friends are celebrating, that they Gigi's and Mimi's and Honeys and Poohs. And, the closest I get to being a granny is my own 3-year-old. So
that is enough for our family, our household. So
it is, because she's a handful. Yes. But I'm not saying that I want her to, go out and be a mom right now. I'm just saying that I know my child. And, I see her sometimes where I'm like, Nisha, you don't have to be that hard on the brother, so.
Mama, this is going on YouTube.
Okay. I'm sorry. Hey, I said real deal Holyfield with my baby, so y'all are getting it wrong. I am not editing this video. You are getting how we correspond with each other.
Yes.
So, also one of the things that I want to say how we respect each other. Like I said, once again, I respect your privacy. I respect my daughter as an adult. I realize again that she is 26. Even if she didn't live at home with me, I realize that she's a grown woman. I no longer have some of that slave mentality that our parents or great grandparents had back in the day of that I'm your mama, you do as I say, not as I do, and whatever. I feel like that as a mother still, even at 46 years old and she's 26, I have to be an example for her, with some of the things. I respect her. I respect her decision. I may not like it, and I'll give her, my opinion if she asks for it. But, at the same time, I don't think that I try to force, my thought process on her like when she was a child. I thought that that's what I was supposed to do. If she wanted to, do something and that's not what I felt like that was best for her, I would be like, no, you're going to do this. But as a woman, I think that I let you be your own woman. Plus, when she came home from college, she showed me that she was strong in her own woman, and I couldn't do nothing but step back and let her because she mine. She did that. So, also, I guess one of the final things is, I guess, when people ask that thin line, you get a lot of mothers that'll say, I ain't my kids' friends. I'm their mama, whatever. I do believe, as a parent, that not only do you have that parental role in your kid's life, I feel that you also sometimes have to step out of mommy role. My daughter, I remember when she was a young girl, I told her, if you don't want to talk to mommy, tell me that you want to talk to Vaughn. Tell me that I need to talk to you. Yeah. Tell me that, yes. Tell me that you need to talk to me woman to woman. And, that way that I can shut off, mama for a while so that you don't react in a different way. Yeah. But I always wanted my baby. Well, I'm sorry, my daughter, but she's not a baby anymore. But, I always wanted her to be able to come talk to me. I felt like I had 20 years on you. Anything that you go through or your friends go through, me and my friends probably already went through it. So who better to tell you how to, handle that situation than experience?
True.
So I always left the door open for her to be able to say, hey, I need to talk to you, but I need to talk to you as Vaughn the woman and not, mommy mode, because when she would come to me with mommy mode issues, what do? I freak out.
Yeah, and I guess it throws you off guard. Yeah. So when you have that pre-talk, and I guess anyone else probably with their mother, like, okay, kind of step out of mommy mode for a second, because life is real. So you go through real situations, and I mean, of course, just like any other person would, I've hid things from her due to embarrassment, didn't want to tell her.
But I find out anyway.
Because, you just break down. Well, at least I do. I break down. I be like, okay, I got to tell somebody. And then somebody be her. So, yes, you just life happens. And you have to be realistic. And I just feel like as a mother and daughter, why share that bond with who else,
Absolutely. So rather someone say when it comes to the friendship thing, I would say that we have mommy and daughter, but we also have our bestie. My daughter, what do you always say if somebody tries to tell you something about me?
Can't nobody tell me about my mama but me. I fall back from all the way it's about 25, 26. I know my mother. She had me young. I can remember some that I did at 4 years old, but I remember my mama.
So I definitely appreciate that, because I always say how sometimes, people say certain things, or people try to assassinate, a parent's character, by saying, yeah, your mama did such and such and such. You could tell my child, anybody that know me from my past can tell my daughter a story or tell her anything about me. And just based on your conversation, she'll be able to tell you, yeah, my mama probably did that, or my mom ain't did no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I appreciate that. And it's the same thing, with her. I am an open book to her, which is so different because with Nisha, I am me. But with Lena, what do you call me, mother? What do you say?
Mother hen.
With Elena, she kind of picks on me a little bit because I'm a different mom. And that's kind of what this conversation is about. It's really different. I have two daughters, but how a lot of people have kids kind of back to back or close together, you can get to be the same mom. Well, no, I'm a totally different mom to Nisha than I am to Elena. Elena, I'm I'm nurturing to Nisha too, but she doesn't really need that right now. I'm very nurturing with Elena. I'm very patient with her. Versus when Nisha was 3, she did something, she probably got pop, stop. But with Elena, I'm like, well, she's learning, and Elena, don't do that. So I'm a little bit more patient. How I am with Elena right now is probably how a lot of women are with their first grandchild. With having a baby in your 40s, your patience is totally different than what it is when you're younger. I see young moms, out even before this, pandemic stuff, and I chuckle because, when you young, your patience is like that, and you quick to whack, your child, stop, cut that out. But fast forward, when you're in your 40s and you have a child, you're pretty much more about don't do that, and this is why you shouldn't do that, and you're trying to mold your child totally different than you did when you were 20. I was still a good mom, and I'm so thankful because she tells me that all the time. It's very difficult when you grow up with your kids, but at the same time, I can say it's the bomb because we know each other. We are, thick as thieves. This is my baby, and I just want to let anybody know that if you're going through things with your, adult child, especially if it's a girl, because I can't really talk on boys because God didn't bless me with a son. So I can honestly say that, sometimes moms, you have to step outside of who you are and meet your child where they are, So, if you guys have, any comments or, any suggestions or whatever, definitely drop down in the comments, say something to Nisha. If you want a Nisha friends and you checking out our video, just kind of let us know, how your mother, you and your mother dynamic is, or if you're a mom yourself, let me know how your parenting dynamic is with your daughter. I know that this thing is not easy. None of us are perfect, but I tell Nisha, and I tell Lena, even though she doesn't understand, that hey, I'm gonna give it 120% to make sure that I'm the mother that you guys need and that you can be proud of. So I love you. That's my big girl. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Again, this was a bonus episode of Venting with Vonda. I wanted to introduce you guys to my beautiful daughter. Hello. And, again, you guys be able to understand some of the dynamics and some of the things that I go through being a mom of a 26-year-old. So thank you guys again, and y'all have a good one. Bye. Say bye, Nisha. Bye.